Hello, everyone. Among the vegetables in our country, Chinese cabbage holds a very important position and has a significant impact on the vegetable market and people's daily lives. How can we produce high-yield, high-quality Chinese cabbage? Today, we will mainly introduce the open-field autumn planting technology for Chinese cabbage. We will learn about 6 key aspects today: determining the sowing date, choosing varieties, land preparation and fertilization, seeding and seedling cultivation, field management, and harvesting. The knowledge objectives of this lesson are as follows. 1. Master the key points of sowing and seedling cultivation for open-field autumn Chinese cabbage. 2. Master the key points of field management for open-field autumn Chinese cabbage. 3. Master the key points of Chinese cabbage harvesting techniques. First, let's learn how to determine the appropriate sowing date. The suitable sowing period for open-field autumn Chinese cabbage is relatively short. If planted too early, the weather will be hot, with high temperatures and heavy rain, resulting in weak seedling growth, severe pests and diseases, easy premature senescence in the later stage, and difficulty in storage. If sown too late, there will be insufficient base temperature during the growing period, low temperatures in the later stage, loose heads, and both yield and quality will decrease. The suitable sowing period for autumn Chinese cabbage. The harvesting period of Chinese cabbage should be before the invasion of cold air, when the temperature drops below -2 degrees Celsius. By calculating back one growing season as a standard, the average monthly temperature during the growth period of autumn Chinese cabbage should be between 5 to 22 degrees Celsius. Let's continue to learn how to choose the right variety. When selecting varieties of autumn Chinese cabbage, it is necessary to consider local planting conditions, such as the length of the season, changes in climatic conditions, cultivation conditions, occurrence of diseases and pests, and consumer habits, to choose suitable varieties. The criteria for selecting varieties are strong stress resistance, high quality, relatively high yield, strong disease and pest resistance, high commercial value, and easy storage. Generally, mid to late maturing varieties are preferred. After selecting the right variety, we need to prepare the soil and apply fertilizers. Autumn Chinese cabbage should not be planted continuously in the same plot. It is better to rotate with grain crops or solanaceous plants. The best preceding crop is usually from the onion or garlic family. When preparing the soil for autumn Chinese cabbage, ensure thorough plowing and removal of weeds and pest eggs from the soil. This also promotes root growth and nutrient absorption. Chinese cabbage has a high yield and requires substantial amounts of fertilizer, so base fertilization is crucial. Organic fertilizers are typically preferred because they promote root development and enhance resistance. Generally, apply 3,000 to 5,000 kilograms of high-quality farm manure, 1,000 kilograms of expanded chicken manure, 20 kilograms of superphosphate, and 15 to 20 kilograms of potassium sulfate per mu. After applying fertilizers, create beds based on the local rainfall conditions. In arid regions, flat beds are suitable, while in rainy areas or regions with high groundwater levels, raised ridges are recommended. Flat beds are generally 1.2 to 1.5 meters wide, with 2 rows of cabbage planted per bed. For raised ridges, each ridge usually accommodates 2 rows, with a ridge width of 60 to 80 centimeters and a height of 10 to 20 centimeters. The length of the ridge or bed is typically 8 to 10 meters. Let's continue to learn about seeding and seedling cultivation. Chinese cabbage can be sown directly, either by drilling or dibbling. For drilling, first create furrows with a spacing of 20 to 25 centimeters, and the depth of the furrow should be between 1 to 2 centimeters. After creating the furrow, evenly scatter the seeds inside it. Dibbling involves planting seeds in holes, with 3 to 4 seeds per hole. After sowing, promptly cover the seeds with soil to a thickness of 1 centimeter. Chinese cabbage can also be grown via transplanting seedlings. After preparing the seedling bed, scatter 2 to 3 grams of seeds per square meter on the bed, then cover with 1 centimeter of soil, and finally cover with a silver gray plastic film to protect against rain and aphids. Let's continue learning about field management. Field management includes seedling stage management, rosette stage management, and heading stage management. Seedling stage management. 1. Watering. Water the seedlings promptly to keep the soil moist. Drain excess water after rain and hoe the soil to loosen it. 2. Fertilizing. Apply fertilizer promptly when 2 to 3 true leaves appear, and provide extra fertilization 1 to 2 times for weaker seedlings in the field. 3. Thinning. After the seedlings have emerged evenly, thin them during the cotyledon stage and when they have 3 to 4 true leaves. 4. Transplanting or replanting seedlings. For seedling transplantation, finalize the plant density when the young plants are clustered. For large varieties, space them 50 to 53 centimeters apart. For small varieties, space them 46 to 50 centimeters apart. If there are missing seedlings, promptly use larger seedlings for replanting. Rosette stage management. After finalizing the plant density, apply a growth fertilizer once per moo, using 1,000 to 1,500 kilograms of manure, or 10 to 15 kilograms of ammonium sulfate, and 100 kilograms of wood ash. Water immediately afterward, then maintain the soil moisture by allowing it to alternate between being dry and wet. In the late rosette stage, moderately control water to train the seedlings. Heading stage management. 1. Watering. Start watering after the training period is over and maintain a moist soil surface thereafter. Stop watering 5 to 8 days before harvest to improve storage tolerance. 2. Fertilizing. Apply heading fertilizer 5 to 6 days before the hearts form, using 1,000 to 1,500 kilograms of high-quality farm manure and 100 kilograms of wood ash per moo. About 15 to 20 days after the hearts form, apply filling fertilizer, flushing with decomposed soybean cake solution 2 to 3 times along with water. Alternatively, you can apply 15 kilograms of compound fertilizer or 10 kilograms of potassium sulfate. After several months of management, we finally rejoice in the bountiful harvest. 1. Harvesting time. Chinese cabbage is not cold tolerant and must be harvested timely. In most areas, the fall crop of Chinese cabbage is usually harvested from late October to mid-November, but in colder regions, it needs to be done earlier. For mid-season and late-season varieties intended for winter and spring storage, harvesting should be delayed as much as possible. Harvesting should be completed before the arrival of cold waves with temperatures below -2 degrees Celsius. 2. Harvesting methods. There are 2 main methods of harvesting: cutting and pulling. Cutting involves using a knife or shovel to sever the plant at the junction of the root and stem. Pulling involves uprooting the entire plant along with its main root or digging it out with a hoe. 3. Storage methods. After harvesting, Chinese cabbage is generally sun-dried, stacked, sorted by grade, packaged, and commercially processed before entering the sales or storage phase. Chinese cabbage should be stored in an environment with a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius to 1 degree Celsius, relative humidity of 90% to 95%, and good ventilation. In this lesson, we have learned the following key points. 1. Determining the sowing period. 2. Choosing the variety. 3. Soil preparation and fertilization. 4. Seeding and seedling cultivation. 5. Field management. 6. Harvesting. Alright, these are the production techniques for fall-planted Chinese cabbage in open fields. Have you mastered them? That's all for today's lesson. Lastly, I will leave you with 2 questions for independent reflection and completion after class.